Okay, here we are. Hi, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Oladiah. I love how you spelled that, Oladiah. Yeah, my voice is still just coming back or trying to come back. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy December 10. It's already 10 days into December. It was like yesterday we just started the month. Hello, God's favorite. How are you? Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hello, Mr. Oladimiji. Hello, Miss Ninichi. How are you? I'm feeling much better than Thursday, but my voice is just still coming back, but way better. Hello, Miss Sanctuary. You've come with your words again. How my baby's doing? That reminds me, before you guys leave, I'll text you. Because y'all are going to spend Christmas there, right? You know what I'm talking about. If so, then I need you to help me get some stuff for them. Good evening, everyone. Come on in. Say hello when you come in. Hello, Miss Giwa. How are you? What's going on, people? Y'all getting ready for Christmas? True story. Now, keep your judgments to yourself. But true story. Okay, yeah. I'll text you. I think it was when TJ was 9, either 9 or 10. I just got tired of, where we're from, be you African or Caribbean or wherever. We don't, at least back in my generation growing up, like 200 years ago, we don't do Santa coming down the chimney, elves sitting on the fireplace, eating cookies and milk. When doing stuff like that. I say something else. Okay. That's what I've been drinking. Warm water, lemon. I have lemon in my mouth right now. So yeah, but sometimes the virus just has to, play itself out. That's just something, especially in the cold season. Oh my goodness. Encouraging words kept me going. Thank you, and please don't stop. Congratulations, Miss Nilechi. Miss Nilechi's green card is approved yesterday. And after that approval, we rejoice with you. We thank God for his blessings. We thank God for his glory in shining through your life. And thank you for the support, because you're always faithfully tuning in. You're always faithfully tune in every Tuesday, Thursday. And so I'm glad that this space has been encouraging through the process. And I pray that it is going to have the same effect on everyone else that is still waiting on God's favor. So congratulations. We don't do Santa coming down the chimney, because it was Santa would have fell through the chimney, but the chimney Nigeria. But she would not because anyway, I digress. So I think it was when he was 9 or 10. I just got tired of the lies, because let's call it spade a spade. They're lies. So what I said to my son was that Christmas, I said, hey, TJ, unfortunately, Santa died. Like I said, keep your judgments to yourself. I said, unfortunately, Santa died. And so because Santa is dead, nobody's coming down the chimney no more. Nobody lives in the North Pole no more. He's dead. He's gone forever. So he says parents have to take over to get you gifts for for Christmas based on your behavior in school and your grades. So you're going to determine whether you're going to have a lovely Christmas or not, because Santa is done. He's dead. He's been buried. Mrs. Claus is moved on to another man, and she's living her best life. So that was how we ended Santa saga in my house, because I wasn't just putting up with that kind of nonsense anymore. It's like you going, hiding and making sure they're asleep, and then you put the cookies, and I was like, it was just a waste of my time. So there you go. So all those of you who are still doing the innocence of Santa, God bless you. I ain't doing that stuff no more. My baby's now 14. So, and talking of 14, thank you all for all the birthday wishes of my oldest. My son turned 20 on Friday. Y'all, I have a whole 20-year-old young man. Like, it may go 20. Yeah, Santa died. Yeah. Keep your judgment to yourself. My son turned 20 on Friday. That's my first love, my firstborn. Love that kid to pieces. I'm telling you, that was, yeah, the 6 years between my kids. 6 years between my kids, because we'll talk about that story another day. Funny, but I was serious about it because I was just done lying about Santa. So I was like, what else am I going to do? But anyway, thank you. So he's when I have a young man in his 20s, or starting his 20s, and praying that God continue to keep each and every one of our children and bless them and give them and fulfill the number of their days and make them excel above and beyond expectations, beyond human comprehension. That is our, yes, 20. Can you believe it? 20. I was like, then I told him, like, Esther, you're gonna stop paying bills in this house. His eyebrow went up like what are you talking about? Exactly what I'm talking about. Because the government says you're an adult, right? Adults don't leave. He goes, but you said in Nigeria, you nobody leaves the house until they get married. See, your kids will use your words against you. And he goes, well, and I'm still in school. What am I supposed to pay bills for? Because your darn self lives in my house free. Well, anyway, we do this every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When I say we do this, meaning this live show, I am attorney Abisola Adebola Olale, immigration attorney. Didn't sleep off. Immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you've got an immigration case and it was a case that we handle, we will be glad, we'll be honored to represent you in your case, as we have done so many people, hundreds of people, and just gladly taking care of our fellow immigrants. So I was going to have an update tonight, but I think my update is going to wait until Thursday on something really, really special. So we'll just see. But in other news, I had one of my dearest clients, Miss M. I was very worried about that case. I'm not going to lie to you. I was really worried about her case. It was a peculiar case, not the norm. I'm telling you, the eyebrows going up like, I don't even know how he does it. Not the norm, but it was just a case where I said, we may get an RFE. It's kind of iffy. But I tell you, there's some cases that you just know that there's nothing else you can do, but you know that you're probably going to need more, or you're just going to need 110% of God's favor in those kind of cases. This was one of those where we filed it in February. Yeah. And I was really expecting an RFE, to be honest with you, because I was like, that's all we have. And she was like, that's all I got. And it got approved today. No RFE, no interview. 10 months later, and I'm like, God shows out and shows up. He shows up and shows out every time. But there's some cases he will let you know beyond any confusion, beyond any doubt, that this is his annual work. That was this kind of case. Because I woke up, I was like, I'll be damned. It's like, am I seeing? I checked it, her receipt number. It was like, seriously? Okay. Yeah. So congratulations to Miss M. We rejoice with you. We celebrate you and your spouse. We pray for many, many blessings. Hello, Epic Movements. So if you need, so we do that. We do many more citizenship, employment-based cases, asylum, marriage-based cases, VAWA, removal of conditions. Just contact us 334-341-4475. Hello, Finest Shandy. I'm waiting for, you know what I'm waiting for, Finest Shandy, because I sent you a text earlier, so I'm waiting for something before I say anything. So probably going to be on Thursday. But anyway, so we're going to keep that under wraps for right now. But 334-341-4475. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 is our website. info@𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Hello, Miss for me speechless. How are you? So let's talk immigration. Follow, like, share, subscribe. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow that. Yes. We will very much appreciate that. And please share, invite your friends, invite your family members. You just never know. Even if you don't need our service, sometimes if we just need encouragement, sometimes we just need to know that they're not walking this journey alone. They've got some support community somewhere. Just like Ms. Nilechi said, you just never know who's going to be listening. Just to encourage them to keep going. For instance, I have a case where they had consulted with me last year. And this is not anything about their attorney, but I think sometimes you just need to get a second opinion because you just never know. And I told them, like, hey, listen, because I don't take over a case until I have reviewed your file. If you've got a history with immigration, I don't ever take a case like that, whether it's a new one, until I've done a review of your file, whether concurrently or most of the time I do before I even accept representation. So in this case, they wanted to switch over to my firm. I did a FOIA request and review of your record, and I said, hey, listen, at this point, there really isn't anything I'm going to do differently. And I'll tell you the truth. And I said, all you're going to be doing is paying me a retainer to get on your case and do absolutely nothing. I'll take your money, but I'm telling you that's all you're going to be doing. And, people appreciate when I tell them that, because, if there's nothing to be done besides just waiting, then there's no point converting or switching to another law firm, because you're just going to be waiting. So I told them, like, if you get an RFE, notice of intent, whatever, and you want to convert to switch at that point, we can do that. Luckily for her, a bar case was approved. That was in February. And so she reached out to me and said, hey, my bar has been approved, but my I-485, there's nothing going on that. It turns out that, okay, she couldn't get her attorney, and finally she got him. He goes, we're just going to have to wait. So I said, wait, and because they found me through this program, and that's what that brought this up. And watching me and I mentioned something about I had done something very similar to what I just did for her, but for another client of mine. So her and mother reach out and say, hey, we know that, it takes a while and all that, but it looks like there's got to be some communication between the field office that the VAR case has been approved and all that. So we said, okay, let's give your attorney some time. If they don't do anything, hit me up and in October, then we'll do something in November. So that was last month. They retained my services last month. Turns out that she'd been waiting since February for the green card or RFE on something. We put together the inquiry package, sent it to the field office. Turns out that the field office was actually waiting on her to notify them that her VAR case has been approved, because they had administratively closed her I-485. And so her mom heard me say something like that about, she goes, okay, maybe that's what's going on. And it turns out they were right. So December 9th, yesterday, we finally got a status update saying we reopened your I-485. So she had just been waiting for 9 months, being told, just wait, not knowing that, because if your case has been administratively closed, you're just waiting. USCIS, you have to notify them and give them a reason why they have to reopen your case again. And so we now sent in evidence that the VAR has been approved. This is what's going on. So yesterday we got an alert saying that they reopened the case. We're expecting to get an RFE for the medical so she can go on with her life and get her green card. That's it. All that to say, because her and her mom watch this show and come together and get encouraged. Yeah. See, y'all, I know all y'all in Instagram doctors and miscellaneous sanctuary and all that. I have it right here. That's how they found out what they needed to, and that's how they found me, and knew that something. So being encouraged and seeing that things can be done or something can be done, you just never know. So it's always good to get a second opinion, whether it's your first opinion or second opinion, it doesn't really matter. The goal is for you to succeed. As long as you succeed, that's what matters. So once again, like, share, follow, subscribe, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Olaleye Immigration. Let's talk immigration, people. What are we talking about tonight? Okay, employment petition and overstay. That's what we're going to talk about last Thursday that we couldn't get to. Employment petition and overstay. This has become, and on Thursday was when I had a consult with, this is the second person I'm having a consultation with that was issued a notice to appear in immigration court because somebody told them they could file an employment-based petition on their, or have them file on their behalf, and that would take care of them being unlawfully present in the United States. So let's talk about that. Question. If you have overstayed your visa, whatever non-immigrant visa you came in with, and you have a U.S. employer sponsor you for an immigrant petition for alien worker, I-140, and that gets approved, does that take care of the unlawful presence you've had on your non-immigrant visa? Short answer to that is absolutely not. I can't tell you how many times that I have had people consult with me where they're working with an agency or they didn't understand the full, they weren't given full disclosure what was happening or what their representation entailed. So I'm seeing that too many times. People are being told that if they have an employer file for them and that I-140 gets approved, then they can go ahead and file a green card through employment. Let me be very clear about how this works. It doesn't, the route by which you get your underlying petition approved is irrelevant to admissibility. Let me say that again. Let me put it another way. A petition such as an I-130, I-360, I-140, which is the employment based, is just that. It is a petition. That approved petition does not do you any good in the sense of it doesn't give you a green card. Out of all those petitions that I just mentioned, when you have an approved I-360 VAR case, that comes with an employment authorization. Almost all the other ones do not. But even just a standalone VAR petition, approved VAR petition, does not give you or entitle you to your green card. You must be admissible based on the requirements of the underlying petition for you to get a green card approved. Having said that, the fact that you have an approved I-140 employment-based petition, whether it be a self-sponsored like an NIW or EB1 or an employer-sponsored, getting approved does nothing for you in making you eligible for a green card. That petition is a standalone petition, like I said. Based on that, which is the underlying basis of the I-45 green card application, then USCIS has to analyze that if you're going through employment petition, are you eligible for admission? For employment basis, for you to get a green card through employment petition, you are required to be in valid status. The only exception to that is if you have overstayed your non-immigrant visa and you have not overstayed for more than 180 days, or if you worked with that authorization and you worked with the authorization for no more than 180 days, then you fall under what we call a 245K exemption. However, if you've worked beyond 180 days, you've overstayed more than 6 months, I don't care how many employers file an I-140 petition for you, you ain't getting a green card in the country through employment. It's just not going to happen. There's just no exemption outside of the 245K, the 6-month period. There's no other exemption that's going to make you eligible to get a green card. So when I say agents, this happens a lot in the healthcare field. When agencies tell immigrants like, oh, we can file for you, or you can get your green card. I actually had a woman argue and said I didn't know what I was saying. I was like, okay, no problem. And then I think it was 8 months later, she emailed me and said, I'm actually ashamed to come back because I've gotten myself in a bind. My case was denied because I was out of status, but the agency told me that they could do that, but I can't even get anyone to talk to me from the agency because that's the truth. So last Thursday, this lady was issued a notice to appear in immigration court because she was told that she could get a green card through the hospital that filed for her. The thing is, when I reviewed her file and evaluated her case, it turns out that the hospital did use a lawyer, but the lawyer only represented the hospital in the I-140 petition. It turned out that that lawyer had actually advised the hospital that she needed to cancel the process because she had overstayed. They did not convey that information to the lady, told her to go ahead and file a green card because they knew she could get a work permit while the case was pending. When USCIS got around to adjudicating her I-485 application, she was out of status, not eligible for green card, denied her case, issued her notice to appear in immigration court. That's what people are playing with. So do yourself a favor when it comes to employment route. If someone tells you, yes, you're a nurse, we can file a petition on your behalf, you can get your green card and all that. If you have overstayed, be sure to ask specific questions. I have overstayed my visa. I've been here. I've overstayed for more than 6 months. How are you guys going to get around that? I want to see the person who's going to tell you otherwise besides what the law says. So do not fall in that trap. Another thing they do is, another thing they do is, for people who have pending asylum cases, right? They'll tell you, oh, because you have a pending asylum case, you can convert from a pending asylum case to an employment-based case. It doesn't work that way. It used to be that if you're able to prove that there was a technical violation on the part of USCIS, meaning the delay is what caused you to be out of status, and you have a pending asylum case, it used to be that people could get green cards through employment. It doesn't work anymore. You would have to cancel the process. So if you are being promised a green card through employment petition, and you have overstayed your visitor visa, your F1 visa for more than 180 days before you file the green card application, hear me loud and clear. There is no point filing a green card application because it will end up being denied and you are risking being placed in deportation. So that's that right there. If you are in that situation and you need clarity about your specific case, contact our office 334-341-4475. We'll be glad to evaluate your case and make sure that you are making the right decision for yourself and not just going based on what someone is telling, because some green card. The law is the law is the law is the law. Just like this orange guy saying that he wants to come in and is going to put in place an executive order that's going to end birthright citizenship. Ain't gonna happen that way. That's not how you make an amendment to the Constitution. Constitution executive order is not even, how do I even compare it? There's no comparison. It's got no effect on the Constitution. There is a way by which you have to amend and ratify the provision of a Constitution that has nothing to do with executive order. So the same way that this INA section for employment route has been written in the INA Immigration Nationality Act, if there's going to be any change, Congress has to make the change. And until that happens, be informed and don't fall into the trap on being enticed with you get your work permit and then you're going to get a green card and end up risking being placed in deportation. That's all she wrote, people. That's all she wrote. Okay, let's get to as many questions as possible. Thank you, Ms. Binkley. How are you? Disclaimer: questions, responses to your questions are just general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. Anything about processing time, how long something is going to take, please go on uscis.gov/processing time. Okay. I do you thank you much better than I was yesterday. Not yesterday, Thursday. I'll tell you. Thursday, I don't even know what happened. I'm telling you, I work a lot. Truth be told, I do. It is what it is. Well, who doesn't in the United States? We all, I mean, I'm on fashion now. I work a lot. Sometimes I'm still up 2, 3 a.m., especially when I'm doing, like, for instance, I had to do an I-130 appeal. And in 48 hours, I don't think I had up to 6 hours of sleep. And I think that was last week. So I think that really was when I really crashed on that Thursday. Because I that Thursday was when I had to send it out. So it is what it is. See, that's why I don't have a dating life. Because who's going to put up with that? Makonia, brother, Nisru, Monisha Sumabeshi. But anyway, all right. So let's put your questions in the comment section. Please do not repeat questions so that we can go through as many as possible. Let's see. Okay. So going through that. Let's do Instagram first. All right. Happy Tuesday to you as well. Welcome everyone to the most positive immigration space on social platforms, safest space to celebrate immigration victories and ask questions about new policies with Sister Lawyer number one. Talking about policies, let me give you some updates real quick, people. So today, USCIS released another version because they just released one like last week, but they released a new edition of I-485 green card application. So I think you can use the old ones up until sometime in February. Don't quote me on that, but the new I-485 has been released today. It includes in the form now has provisions for details about the I-693, which is your medical, and it also now has provision for questions in an I-864W, which is the affidavit of support exemption form. For instance, if you're a VAL petitioner, some field offices will require that you file that. Some don't bother themselves. But the new I-485 now has that in that new October edition. So they're going to scrap I-864W altogether. So that's that. Now, the January 2025 visa bulletin is out. That came out yesterday. Today, I just saw it today. What that matters is for those who are in preference categories, especially for my employment-based clients, I still have, between last year and this year, I think I still have about 17 NIW cases that were approved that we still don't have. The priority date is still after August of last year. So those clients are still waiting for the priority date to change, and also having to make sure they maintain status. That applies to those kind of that group of people, whether you have to maintain status or not be out of status for more than 6 months at the time you apply for your green card. So but nothing really has changed. It's still stuck on, if you're USCIS is going to be using the dates for filing chart for January, but it's almost the same. It's a replica of December 2024 visa bulletin. That's especially for employment based. Really, nothing has really changed that much. So it's still a whole lot of waiting game. And then the extension notice, when you file your work permit for certain categories, where you get the receipt notice is the extension of your work permit. The 540 days extension, it was a temporary rule. Now USCIS has announced that effective January 10, it's going to be a permanent rule. So it's going to be effective. So permanent in the sense of your extension, that receipt notice, the automatic extension that is contained in the receipt notice is going to, they're not going back to 180 days. It's going to stay at 540 days, especially now that your work permits are being issued for 5 years for most categories at this point. So those are updates for now. If anything else comes up, we'll be sure to let you guys know. Okay. Take plenty of rest, drink warm water, and have a good man wrap you up to get better. And I don't need a good man to wrap me up. I can wrap myself up in a blanket. Y'all, I'm not. Anyway, let's leave that alone. Once again, Miss Nilechi, congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Listen, y'all don't. I had an interview today, and we got great news, and we'll talk more about that once we get what the um update I'm looking for. But even with my voice almost last, I think that's part of why my voice is lower again because I was already screaming. But I always I always say it feels like I'm getting my green card all over again when I just rejoicing with somebody else is just a blessing. It's a blessing to you, and you're sowing into your into your life as well as you rejoice with others. Thank you, Miss Mazal. But before I would I know. I love this space. Thank you. And then I do criminal defense. So I was in court for criminal cases this morning and afternoon. So I'm everywhere, people. I love being busy. That much I'll tell you. I enjoy being busy. We don't even have chimney in Nigerian homes. Chimney, but let's fairly. Laduru, but this even now weather is chimney. 𝒂𝒏𝒕 chimney. I'm telling you. Tooth Fairy went bankrupt. See, this all the craziness has to go because this American stuff. Tooth Fairy, Santa will need to like win. Amen, amen. I claim that for Ms. Mazala as well. Hello, Miss Peggy. Is it safe to say Santa is a scam? Please, it is. It's very safe to say that. He's so cute and handsome, man. Thank you. Hot babies, those are my life. Like, I don't play with my boys. I don't. I know a lot of people say about their kids, but I'm telling you, sometimes I think I'm obsessed with not obsessed because their mom is. I'm the one who's the bad cop. I've always been because I ain't gonna be raising people. Because one thing I say my kids is there's nobody raising their daughter to be your slave. They ain't doing it. So you need to be self-sufficient. You clean up after yourself. You do dishes. The only thing that probably don't do is you don't do laundry. Just because I have OCD, I just don't think anyone can do laundry. That's going to satisfy me. That's just me. Auntie Judy's calling. Miss Nilechi, everybody's saying congratulations. And Miss M as well. Congratulations to our client, Miss M. It was a peculiar case. I'm telling you. When you just know and the Bible phrase that says, "Be still and know that I'm God." You begin to appreciate the meaning of some verses when some things transpire in your life. It's like, I mean, it is. I mean, that's it. But invite your enemy to Miss Peggy. Yeah, got some really great news coming up later, either tomorrow or Thursday. Just wait for it, y'all. Mr. Jefferson says hello. Tell him I said hello. Tell him I would see him sooner than later. Lagwar alone. People, God is here. He uses her to encourage us and speak life into our cases. Just letting you know, if you hire her, you're also tapping into a well of grace. Amen. 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 That is when you've experienced God's favor, when you know, Bible says that all may see and know and consider altogether that his hand alone has done it. There's so many things that you will know is the hand of God. There's no way when you speak favor and God gives you favor, or you think something is going to go all the way left, but he redirects the heart of the king because he's going to be in control of that situation to favor you and bring you to an expected end. Who says there's no God? Thank you, Mr. Sanctuary. How long can you be on an H-1B before you apply for a green card? Your length of time on an H-1B has nothing to do when you apply for a green card. They're mutually exclusive petitions. What green card are you applying for? Is it marriage-based? Is it employment-based? H-1B is a non-immigrant, temporary non-immigrant visa, work visa that you can work for that employer for up to 6 years. And if you fall within exemptions, you can do increment of 1 or 2 years past the 6-year period. But whether or not you have a green card, an H-1B doesn't evolve into a green card just because you're an H-1B. You have to have someone sponsor you either through marriage or employment. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. How are you? T4C. No, that was since last week. I'm actually getting better now. So, but that's okay. Listen, the show must go on. If you have been sponsored for an H-1B, can you work with another company? No, H-1B visas are tied to the employer. They're employer-specific visas. So you can only work for that employer that sponsored the H-1B for you. My marriage-based petition has been pending for 22 months. It's going to be 2 years in February. What can I do? Whenever we're getting to 2 years like that, I usually tell my client it's time to do inquiries. It's time to do congressional assistance request, ombudsman inquiry, and if all else fails, then it's time to sue, file a lawsuit against USCIS, basically file a mandamus. Mr. Sanctuary, I'm telling you, the I-864W is a complete waste of time. You already know, for instance, they already know VA petitioners do not need affidavit of support. Why, in God's name, are you saying, check this and say because I'm exempt? You already know I'm exempt. You guys put it there if you're a VA petitioner. So if you already put it in the form, make it make sense. Why they have to send the same darn thing to you to remind you of what you already said? Taxpayer dollars. That's what it is. Hello, Miss Abena. I do. Last week was not even funny. Looking forward to my appointment date. Okay. Dainty, I guess I'm assuming you scheduled you scheduled a consultation, I'm guessing. What type of wrapping did I just work into? You're welcome, Miss Nilichi. And thank you for your support. I don't take it for granted. I have an I-360 VA approved. Congratulations, C31 EAD. Want to get driver's license, and she told me they want to verify it. They have to verify with USCIS. That's what that is. I received my prima facie determination today. What is next? How long is it going to take to get approval for VA? VA can take up to 41 months. What is next? It's going to be a lot of patience and waiting. Okay, here we do. We know she's keeps. I don't know who's rapping. I rapping. Listen. Please, I have the 5-year combo card, and I also have the C31 card, which says not valid for re-entry. Can I use a 5-year combo card with advanced registrar? If you're not a client, God's favorite, yeah, I'm sure you're God's favorite, but if you're not a client of mine, I never give travel advice to non-clients. No, I don't do it. MTB05, got good news. RFU for medical interview scheduled. I hope I get my green card soon. We agree in faith with you that you will get your green card. If it's not before Christmas, if it's going to be next year, we agree in faith and believing that God is going to give you that gift to start the year, either or to end the year, or to start the year, whatever time is coming, and we'll come together and celebrate with you as well. Okay, let's see. Finest Sandy, there's God. Ha! Finest Sandy, wishing Drew Nani, but we'll talk because I want her to be able to say some stuff. Check your question. I don't check questions. You have to put your questions in the comment section. Santa came early. Santa. Please, Santa, bring me something too. Um, hello, Mr. Sumola. Mr. Taiwo, I can only thank God and Sister Lawyer. I'm finally able to sleep properly now. It's like what a journey. Thank you. You've listen. This is VIP right here because I don't think you've ever joined my live, but I'm blushing. Can you see? I'm black, but I'm blushing. Mrs. Taiwo, I rejoice with you. I'm grateful for trusting me and taking the leap of faith because it was a lot of pressure though. Because when a client just really, really tells you like, Sister Lawyer, it's you, it's you and God, or you're going to have to do this, and you're like, okay. And then we got that RFE that you probably didn't sleep after the RFE, right, Mr. T? If you're still on, and he was like, "Are you sure this is going to work?" Like, listen, I can't guarantee anything, but I can guarantee you that I know how to make an argument. That much I can guarantee you, that I know how to fight. Like I ain't playing. Like, listen, I'm over 5 foot tall. People, you're gonna like, Auntie Kerisha, I'm tiny, real tiny. And I've lost some weight too, so real tiny. So when people hear my voice, they're like, "Where's that voice come from?" Yes, the other day I went to Walmart the other day, and because I have an SUV, and so a guy was looking at me, and I got out in my truck, and he goes, "Did you just get out of that truck?" I did. And he goes, "What's to do with you little women in big trucks? Because God didn't make us big, so why won't we love things that are big?" That didn't come out right. And let's leave that alone. But I know how to, like, I may be small, but I make really strong arguments. So I know that you probably didn't sleep after the RFE, which, to be honest with you, it was a doozy. But we thank God. We thank God for His blessings. We thank God for favor. Yes, and I'm glad you're able to sleep now. That I know what you mean by that sigh finally. So, and thank you for what you sent me earlier today. I appreciate that. I finally made it to the US from Lagos. Francis, welcome. I don't know who that is. I guess maybe I do. Hello, Jennifer. That's my big little sister. My little big little sister. Big little sister. Yeah, my sister from another mother. Just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, and I'm thankful for you, girl. You make me cry. Jen and I have been. I remember when her mom passed. I've known Jennifer since I think I've said her story before, 2016. Jen, if you're still on, I think so. And they came to my firm through one of the universities that I represent. And so that's how I got to know her and her mom. And her mom was worried sick. And unfortunately, part of the worry is what really affected her passing away, because she just was worried about Jennifer. And I remember when she said, she's like, "Abby, promise me you're going to find a way to get my girl to stay back in the country with her dad and her brother." And just to back up a little bit, when her parents filed for green card, when her dad's employer filed for green cards for her family back then, the lawyer either wasn't aware. Jen, correct me if I'm wrong. S. Okay. Either wasn't aware. Open the door for your brother, please. Or either they were not aware or they miscalculated. Anyway, by the time they submitted their petition for the family, Jen was already 21 years old. So because of that, she missed out as being able to be a derivative beneficiary in the employment-based petition for her dad. And that changed everything for her. So her family got their green cards. She now was by herself because of that error. And so that really bothered her mom so much. So when we met, it was a case where it was like, whatever it is you have to do, Abby, just make. So from 2016 up until, I want to say it was last year, we found, H-1B, getting this person, and then our perm certification got denied. We had to appeal. long story short, got her green card last year, and unfortunately, her mom had passed away before that happened. But I know she's watching, so thank you for you as well, Jennifer. It's been so many stories that one can. My birthday is coming soon, so I'm doing the sponsor paid. Listen, y'all. Finest Shandy says her birthday is coming soon. I'm doing a sponsor paid consultation for a good follower on this platform, so stay tuned. Y'all want to come back on Thursday? Y'all want to come back on Thursday? Her birthday is coming on the 22nd. She's sponsoring a free consultation. So just let us know what the details is going to be. There you go, people. Remember when we had the issues with my license and I called, it's like, talk to my lawyer. Listen. Yes, I took a day off for that consultation. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Thanks for all you do. I will look forward to meeting with you as well. Good evening. Thank you for helping my friend. We'll be here soon to see you too. She was also excited about talking to you. God bless you for all you do. Thank you, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Thank you for all the referrals. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Congratulations. This is y'all gonna make me so emotional today. But we thank God. Let's see. Quick question from Grandma. She said, thank you for all you do. We love you. Thank you. How long does it take to get? Okay, I already said that. Never slept for 1 day since September. Mr. T, I believe it because you almost drove me crazy. But the thing is, that's one thing because, my clients don't know that sometimes he's not freaking out, but I'm like on edge to like, okay, this can go south or this can go left. Like everything is riding on this. So whenever you would send me an email and go, hey, do you think? I'm like, yeah, you got to be. And that's the thing because I can only tell you to do what I'm doing, which is stay positive. We've done all we can. There's nothing else we can do but to leave the rest in God's hands. So I'm glad you're finding it because I know he wasn't sleeping. I know he was worried. And he's like, hey, that's my man right there. He's probably going to be able to sleep because you probably bugged him a whole lot too. Amen, 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 amen. Small but mighty. Exactly. Yep, that's it. When you work with God, you're going to be mighty. So, OPT, then, okay, OPT, then H1B, then, yeah. Thank you, Jen. I'm not surprised, Beauty and Brains, when I watch the Viola Davis and How to Get It When We Murdered You. I see it. Okay. I take that as a compliment. What can I say? With the Three Musketeers coming soon. And you will speak here about that day because I define this will bring for you and your show of Nigerian jollof from my kitchen. Miss Abena, do us a favor. Please don't bring anything from Ghana. We're good. April 4, 2024. Yes, Jen. Almost 2 years now. Time goes by. So we create a royal communities or something. Hello, Miss Tina. How are you? Good evening. Good evening. Filing N 400 marriage base, filing separately, but have 5 married filing separately. So you're talking of taxes, but have 5 other proof of relation. Do you think that's sufficient? If that comes up as far as why you didn't file taxes together, as long as you have a reasonable explanation, like maybe one person's refund is being garnished or somebody owes back taxes, something along those lines. So and you have proof of good faith. Hello, Miss Favor. Good evening. Thank you for everything. Any and everyone I know that needs an immigration lawyer is coming straight to you. Today is one of the happiest days of my life. I'm glad. Hey, T. Thank you, Miss Favor. I'm happy for you as well. Okay. Hey, kiddo. Let me say hello. Look at my handsome baby. Good game, kiddo. You played really well. I love watching this kid play basketball. Did it varsity? I was watching before I got on. What was the final score? I watched it when you guys had 26. They had 30. Who won? Okay, bye. Go take a shower. Cause yo, really, I love watching him play basketball, yo. And I never cared for the sport before, but I really do enjoy watching him play basketball. And I'm like, you know, when you really enjoy something, you're watching the time, like, oh, it's almost time. If the time goes by, like, why can't we do like 2 hours? But anyway, Sean 007, thank you. Will you marry me? No, I'm trying to save you because, huh, I'm a whole lot. I'm telling you. Uh, let's see. Your hair, what did you do? It's didn't do anything. It's growing out of my scalp. It is growing out of my scalp. What can I say? Okay. Okay. I don't want to miss Noah's question. Just hold on 1 second. Let me see. What's the time? Y'all have your kids home from college? My kid is already home. People are like, okay, so Ashley's already he's done with his exams. So my baby is not home for Christmas. Um, okay. How much does the marriage green card process cost in total? I don't discuss fees outside the consultation. If the process of representing anyone in any immigration case, or in actually any case that I do, you start by scheduling a paid consultation. So I don't have set fees. Everyone's case is different. So no two cases will have the same fees. And so you have to set up a paid consultation, and then we discuss your case, and then fees are discussed based on that. Let's see. I am an F1 student, got married 3 months ago. How long before I can file and graduated last month? There is no set time for you to file a marriage based case. What matters is, do you have enough evidence? So there's no set time of, okay, this is I get married and then wait this long. No. Do you have the evidence? What matters, I've, I've so many cases where I've used evidence before people get married. When you start dating, that's a big part of your evidence. A lot of people always think you get married and then you start building insurance list. No, what happened? What is the sequence of events before you, while you were dating, leading up into the marriage? Text messages, video chats, meeting family members, going on dates. Did you start living together? Even before you get, did you take vacations together? Those are part of the evidence that you're going to use in your marriage based case. It's not just I'm going to get married and then start building the evidence. I can't even tell you how many times that has been a saving grace for a number of my cases, because we had something while they were dating. It's most of the time, vacations, visits, photographs speak volumes about your life. So there is no set time. It just, the question is, do you have the evidence to submit for your case? My husband is in active military. What happens when we are invited for an interview and he can attend? If that happens, if it's scheduled when he is deployed, make sure you have proof of his deployments and give them to them, and usually would reschedule you. Sometimes they would, if he's in a place where he can actually join virtually, sometimes they will actually allow that, depending on the field office as well. Anything about how long something is taking, please go on uscis.gov/processing time. I applied for EAD as an asylum seeker, but the estimated date is 3 months to wait for the approval. So what's your question? A VAW male applicant has sought refuge from our church and we are helping the best way we can. Okay, so what's your question? Okay, can he still be qualified for VAW after being married for only 3 months? If he has the evidence of abuse, there's no set time, just like in a regular case, there's a set time for you to be set amount of time for you to be married before you qualify for VAW. Mr. T's case, not this Mr. T, another Mr. T, Mr. Cholu, his marriage was, I think they married and divorced in the span of 6 years. We didn't get an RFE on that. As long as you've got the evidence to show. I just want to wish you Merry Christmas and I'm thankful for you. Thank you. Oh, that's Jen again. Is it possible to convert F2 visa to a work visa? It is if you get an employer to sponsor you. I have asylum grant recently. Can Trump deport me? Unless you do something that is a deportable offense, if you've been granted asylum status, then you're just waiting to be able to apply for your green card. Disclaimer, general information. My husband hasn't filed taxes in a few years. Can he still file for me with a co-sponsor? Yes. Okay. If I'm skipping your questions because you repeated your question more than once. Hello, Ghanaian wife. How are you? With the I-45, should I use the updated one and submit it next week or just the old one? You can use either one until the cutoff date. My sister came in a few days back and she applied for asylum if she has grounds to apply for asylum. Can a student apply for asylum when he has come with F1? If you have grounds to apply for asylum. Let's see. This is my account. Okay. Tamika, so you're saying if I overstay my H-2B work and travel visa, I can't adjust my status? That's not what I'm saying. What we talked about is employment route. I didn't say, so that's how people make conclusions. Employment. If you're going through the employment route and you've overstayed more than 180 days, you cannot adjust your status through employment. It's completely different from someone who gets married to a citizen, okay? Or someone who gets married to a green card or they're filing for a VAW case. Employment, very, very specific. And you can go back and watch this video. So it wasn't, don't generalize that and misconstrue that to other people listening. I am an F1 status and apply for asylum. Would it affect my F1 status? It will not. Disclaimer, general information, it should not, as long as it's not a frivolous application. So how can you adjust your overstay status then? Doesn't mean you cannot adjust ever. That's not what I said. We spoke, y'all heard me, right? We'll talk specifically about employment route. There's nothing that I said about if you can't adjust ever, people won't be getting green cards through marriage. Think about it. Or through VAW or through asylum, right? The topic tonight was about employment, petition, and overstay. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Janet. Okay. Miss Sabina is not playing. She's at 40 people on YouTube. Please, let's all like the video, please. Thank you. Is there a lawsuit against regarding birthright citizenship against the Supreme Court? If there is, okay, because I was going to say there's executive order. There can be executive order. There isn't going to be a lawsuit based on the fact that there's going to be executive order regarding birthright citizenship. It doesn't work that way. That's not how that works. So it's not, the executive order doesn't change a constitution. Okay. What about F1 to OPT? But does that not get a job? F1 and OPT are the same thing. OPT is what you get to be able to work while on F1. Okay. All right. Yes. I went for the thank you. That's all we talked about. All right, people. Thank you so much for joining. Very much appreciated. Each and every time. I know we're getting very close to the end of the year, but God doesn't work with people's time. He doesn't work in man's timetable. He works with what the vision is for each of our lives. He works with what the ordained purpose has been for our lives. So you may be hearing left and right people giving their testimonies, and that's fine. Continue to celebrate with them, because guess what? As you celebrate with others, you are sowing that seed into your life so that your celebration is going to be of, it's going to be of a great magnitude. You want to, you want to keep celebrating and sowing and using that to speak and declare and decree great things and favor and expected ends into your life, because that's the promise of God. I've always said, and that's why I raise my kids, you cannot use somebody else's clock to run your own race. You can use their clock to be able to thank God for what he's about to do in the future at the appointed time for your own case. But while you wait patiently, while you stay believing, celebrate others. There is a lot of blessing in rejoicing with others. It's not time to say why, why them, why not me. No, it's about God saying, God, I thank you for them, because the same God who did it for them, he is still more than able, like my son's name, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. He is more than able to do it for me. And so until that time comes, God, I will continue to rejoice with them, and so that your name alone will be glorified. I will see you guys to celebrate others. And we'll talk more about that on Thursday, Finance Shandy. Celebrate others as you could, so that you can be celebrated. See you guys on Thursday.